Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assorted Adventures live stream podcast variety show. I've already gone off script.
As of now, an official podcast.
As of now, podcast. Discord, Clubhouse, room, session. I don't know what they call those. Let's read off the script. My name is Sergio, and this is James, and I'll be your DM for the week.
Wait, no, it's the bottom one. It's the one under.
No, I know, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I am James, and this is Sergio. Oh shoot, is my thing mirrored? Good. Oh no, okay, we're good. This is Sergio. He's over here. We don't have names, which is fascinating on our talkback. Yeah. But I'm James, and this is Sergio.
Hello.
This is the Talkback show where we go over ways to run a campaign or a session with zero prep by talking about our thought process during the one shot we streamed last Thursday. The one that I DM'd. If that sounds interesting, we stream an improvised one shot, randomized at the very beginning of the stream. We make our characters make the world and get into it every Thursday at 6 p.m. CST. Now on to the show. Now on to the Talkback. Now on to the podcast sponsored segment.
Yeah, what's our video sponsor for
Our
today?
sponsor for this week is the canceled hit children's show Adventure Time. Where's
it wasn't canceled, it was completed.
I think they completed it because it got canceled.
Is that how that works?
I think Cartoon Network was like, we're not going to fund any more seasons, and they're like, let's finish the show now.
I just went on a rant at work with the kids about how never mind. Sorry, wait for me to tee that up and then complete.
Is that because of your live audience there, or because of the stream?
My live. Yeah, it's a different situation for me. Anyway, so give me the whole details of what are the three things that we rolled for last stream that you created?
Sum up the story in one sentence.
Just first give me the three things that you rolled. It was Monster House, the fantastic award-winning film with terrifying CGI.
Was it award-winning?
It is vampires, and last up was
children. Yep.
Now, I have beef with you on the Monster House one, but also I don't think you've seen the movie. So
I've seen the movie. Why. I'm quite familiar.
Then I have beef with you on that aspect of the campaign. Yeah. But please give me your thought process and all that behind.
So, I get those three prompts. I'm like, I hate this. I'm a fantasy boy. I'm a weirdo boy. I want to make purgatory zombie souls on a raging out, drifting on a freaking steamboat. A barge, drifting on a barge through the barge ride. I want a barge ride to be driving souls, the damned, to their final resting place. And I get such, I don't know, I don't like the, actually I don't mind if it's mundane. I don't like generic, I guess, maybe. Like vampire feels so generic compared to like,
I'm the opposite. I do care if it's mundane. I don't care if it's generic.
I want you to throw me like 3 left fielders and I find some random fourth corner that is like, and that gets my brain working in a way where like there's so much space. If someone's like, tell me a vampire story, I'm like, oh, Dracula, I don't know.
But I feel that. I like origin stories, so I feel like my thing would be like making you a vampire. Although you did make a
interesting.
Vampire.
I was just listening to, this is completely unrelated, but for some reason the origin story made me think of it. I was listening to
ADHD, perfect.
I was listening to the YouTube video by our new friend. Level 1 Geek is their Twitch name. I was just looking at their Twitch. Improv and D&D, I believe is the name.
That's the name of his YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I was watching one of the videos. I think it was a cut up stream of his, and he was just talking about like, I don't know, making moments for characters and like the importance of those. And I was thinking like origin story. He just had this cool example of like, he had this character in one of the campaigns who was like, had their way, they like had no trust in humanity to handle life for themselves or for people to make their own choices or control their lives. And so he like, his goal was to kind of like take freedom and agency away from people the video is about like what's important and like what moments you should kind of dwell on as a DM and like what deserves time and like what is significant. And for this guy, like, you know, it doesn't have to be dramatic at all. Like the most significant thing for him was just after a fight that he lost, getting like nursed back to health by other people who were just like doing this out of their goodwill and like making this decision, which like in his world, he would never like have those people do this thing because he's like, that's not an efficient use of resources, whatever, you shouldn't be helping other people. But like basically just like the like most important thing for this character to dwell on was just like getting bandaged up, like sitting in a house talking to some people who decided to help him. I feel like, I don't know what this has to do with origin stories, but I feel like it made me think of just like what types of scenes I choose to spend time on and focus on versus just like it's a battle. Like, but if the battle doesn't mean anything to the character, you're probably better off just having a freaking getting bandaged up in bed. Like that'll be more significant.
I've been thinking about something similar in that I feel I'm also just like a super anxious person, and so like I get very worried about making sure everything's like done in a timely manner and completing everything. And I've realized that for next time I will absolutely not do that, and I just want like a chill, laid back. There is not, that sounds lazy on my part, like there is no goal, but like it doesn't matter what's happening, especially in the format that we do it, like one shot, like it doesn't matter.
No, like so what if we don't have a, you know, whatever. No, I definitely, it would be interesting because a normal D&D session is really go at your own pace, and I think that's a bit of the magic of it.
I've also noticed, so we've done this, like seen in our streams, how I don't like to dilly dally at all. I am like that in playing like my UT campaign 2.
Oh really?
I'm like, like, why are we at this shop for so long? Like, we don't need to be here. Like, very interesting conversation. It's not, I like the interesting conversation, but then when it's just like, I don't know.
I feel like you just gotta role play. Is role play what your life needs? Because your character, if your character thinks we've been here too long, that's fine. But then like, you as a, I feel like there needs to be some way to detach you as a person and like, what does your character want to do?
It's also it's part of it is me as a human, because one time it was that there is it was just like meaningless, like random encounters, and that probably has nothing to that. I feel like those are two unrelated things. Versus let's not
just roast their random encounter. Yeah,
this is just me getting my venting.
They waste time in stores. The encounters are meaningless.
Well, no, am I selfish? Because I had a great like store encounter where I wanted to get some stuff for free, so I disguised myself as like a sexy goblin to try to like seduce the guy to give me free stuff, and it worked, and that was fine. But it was like a quick 5-10 minutes. It was not like just like super long shopping segments. I also dislike. I feel like that's a waste of time. But I also feel strongly, I ascribe to the Brennan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20 school of thought, in that it is weird to buy like cool magical items. It's like, yes, I forged this weapon. It's like till the end of time, and you find it at the 7-Eleven for you, here to purchase for 50 gold. It's like, don't like that. Or like I think the exact comparison he used was like Captain America and his shield being like, this shield has like +2 to my shield. I'm gonna turn in my classic America one and like get this new bigger, better shield. It's just like that's your cool thing. Like that's your signature.
Like having your gear and maintaining your personality of your character, not like swapping out your stuff all the time.
Yeah. Or just like, I don't know, like an iconic weapon or something. Like why just like just buying it in a shop, that's kind of lame in my opinion. This is like veered off.
So you think I know this is so different. You think your items should be directly tied into your backstory and stuff, and like be significant to your character?
I love that. Like in Somnium, I think like all of you guys had at least or something. Not everything, because that's excessive and a lot and just difficult to do. But like each of you and PCs had something that was like tied to you emotionally. You, a dragon, Gab, those dope morphing knuckle weapons. Love
that's
that.
Fucking sick.
That's probably my favorite item in ever.
Yeah.
A cat. Razzo, Rip Razzo was the only one that I didn't do, and I felt so. Oh no, they had their magic jelly beans.
Yeah, the jelly beans that never got used.
That she hated, that she absolutely
I
despised.
know.
Rip. Put in minimal work for that one, but still, maybe that's why. What are we talking about? I got way off.
No, you gotta suit the items to the person. She's not a gambler.
So Monster House, what?
Monster House. So anyway, so Monster House. Monster House. Oh yeah, I intended. So I get the prompt. I was like, I don't like this. Monster House is kind of. There's honestly a lot you can do with Monster House. I was being overly negative, but when I don't hear Animal Crossing, I get in a bad mood. There's no Animal Crossing.
If I get Animal Crossing, I'm gonna be so pissed off. I'm gonna immediately skip it.
If there's no Animal Crossing and no Bloodborne, then I'm mad.
If there's no Toy Story and there's no, I don't know what else I put.
You said you're fine.
If you get Toy Story one day, I'm gonna be so salty.
I'm mad that I've gotten vampire and werewolf. Like I hate these generic ass like.
That's why I was telling you we should have separate wheels.
Yeah.
Then you make
no,
sure
franchise would really. I want a franchise because there's so much more to work with. Oh, maybe that's it. Like
what I had before.
There's so much personality to a franchise.
Dracula.
Dracula, vampire, castle.
Your luck so far, yeah.
Yeah, but what the heck?
Both been getting pretty generic stuff. Like Purgatory is probably the most unique one.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a lot of the like cool brands. I feel like franchises.
Yeah, we really haven't. The day we get Harry Potter or Toy Story, I
want to play in that. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe for next. Well, we should probably do a spooky one, or maybe do a spooky one. But I don't know. I'm thinking now. I'm like, I don't know. Now I'm like, yeah, maybe we should really go through some time and cull the boring ones, or just keep them in a different section.
Preferably by a section, because the boring ones are fine when they're paired with something.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, I got Monster House. I was like, I'm gonna use this, but I don't know how yet. I got Vampire. I was like, I hate my life. And then I got Children, and I was like, that really gives me nothing new to work with.
Monster House is really the most interesting of all of them.
Monster House is by far the most interesting of all those. Anyway, I was like, well, it's gonna be Victorian England. Okay, and then so I wrote the whole plot. I was sitting there for like my pre-prep time, and I wrote this whole plot, which was I have my notes. I wrote like Jakey is abducted was my first note, and then I wrote like House of Lords, everything is a trap, vampires sitting in shadows was what I wrote after that. This is my shorthand for myself. And then I wrote in all caps, vampires eat blood and soul. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wrote.
Put that as a note for yourself. I feel like that's inherent to.
No, because you didn't pick up on it at all. I really wanted this to be a major theme. Was like that they eat your soul. Stuff? Yeah, the blue stuff, and that their hearts are blue, and this is soul eating thing. It was gonna be big.
I thought it was blue blood. That's what I.
Then at the end, I had this. I wrote like Sincervius Vampire Lord tends to heart of the house. It eats children. If you kill a vampire, you can extract the souls it ate. So here was my plan. You're gonna be walking through, you have your gang of little children hunters. One of them's gonna get abducted by this vampire person. You're gonna chase them back, and then it's gonna be, that was supposed to be first 5 minutes. then you'll be at Sincervius's house. He's this vampire lord, he has this giant mansion, there's all these vampires in it. It's like a whole like manor, like an old like medieval court, so like whatever, like 30 people live in this place, which it did end up, I mean that all ended up coming through, but then it was gonna be just like full of traps, everything's trying to kill you, there's like magic things, you like open a door, monsters, whatever, you open another door, a giant spiky thing comes down.
So the house wasn't going to be alive?
No, it's just gonna be like a magically very dangerous house, which I guess technically that is not. No, the house is alive because the heart. Hey, technically I hit it, the heart.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the one. That's the details.
Anyway, and so there was going to be this heart powering the house. So no, the house is actively trying to kill you. Sorry, the house is not. They're not booby traps. The house is trying to kill you with magic. I forgot, which is powered by the heart. And what was gonna be is the kids get brought to the heart and like fed to it basically, and it like eats their soul. Like the vampires eat kids and their souls and whatever to stay alive. But then also, they're like the heart of the house was gonna get fed, and he was gonna be taking, because he's like a high quality soul, whatever, to the heart to get eaten. And then there was gonna be this reveal at some point somehow that if you kill a vampire, like you can take its blood and the souls it ate like as it's dying, and you can like take the souls back and bring whoever's dead back.
How would I ever have realized that?
It was gonna the timing just didn't. It was like there was so much time spent on like fighting the butler in the alleyway that by the time it made,
what was that? Sorry, no, we can get back to
by
that.
the time it made like any sense, it was like I can't introduce this. I can't introduce the fact that you can get a soul from a vampire, because one, the soul thing you did not bite on that at all, so there was no like you need to roll. I can't just like exposition at you forever.
Yeah. Also, not me, Sergio, am not. So you already bad English. I'm not good thinker, so I would not have picked up on that.
But yeah, like I tried to hint at it and it didn't come up naturally, so I was like, it's been, and too much time has gone by, so I can't just shoehorn it in now.
Yeah.
Like I was already shoehorning in the fact that there was a heart and all that stuff, so it would have been like, there's a heart. Also, since Servius says, "You won't get my souls after you kill me," what it like? There's just like not a great way to make it be there.
So may I ask, when was the point where like, oh, it's too late? This is goofed up. Like, was the butler supposed to ever take that long? And what was the goal? What, like? Also, it was at that point fighting that man. Was I close to downing him?
I way overestimated how strong you were when you told me you were level 15. Or 13 or whatever. So he had 500 HP.
I felt so weak against him. I think it was like all my coworkers that.
I wanted to give you so I gave you an easy enemy off the bat to just get you into it. I wanted to like.
That felt good. I was like, I'm like dope.
Yeah.
And then you immediately crushed my spirits.
I wanted to like set up make you feel cool with a lower vampire who you should be able to trash because you're an experienced hunter. I wanted to.
Good job. That felt very good.
Get you into the action, and then I wanted to give you a tough fight, and you did. But I wanted it to be like a tough. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to give you 2. 1, I wanted to just get Jakey abducted so I could get on with the plot of having a reason for you to go to the manor. Other hand, I was like, hey, this would be a good time to have like a really cool, imposing fight, like a tough fight. It's hard, and then he's kind of winning, and then the person leaves and takes Jakey. But it didn't. Just like
I was supposed to give up. All right, good to know.
Either or. But yeah.
See, this is why, wow, in the middle of it, I was saying, like, I feel so hopeless. And you're like, why you feel hopeless? Because you were trying to crush me. That's why.
No, but if you had done better. Like, there's always.
I did better than you thought.
It's D&D. It's not like he's an unbeatable. I didn't, like, give you an unbeatable foe. He did have 500 HP, and then I way toned that down once I realized you did not deal any damage at all.
Yeah.
Because for level 15, like, some classes can deal, like, couple hundred damage.
For sure, I did not read Blood Hunter enough in that.
Yeah, you definitely like were not nearly. You like had the fighting capability of like a level 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Like yeah, you didn't really know your abilities
I'm gonna
that
remove
well.
Blood Hunter from the options. Sorry, Matt Mercer. Not my favorite.
But yeah, maybe we should just go with the core rule book. That'll make it easier.
Yeah, or I'll just read up on it a little bit, because all the others I've read up on that one, unlucky I rolled that, although pretty fitting for the setting actually.
Did you not read up at the time of
30-minute mark?
Yeah,
like before. I didn't have time. We rolled him so late.
Oh, okay.
And it was like full block of very large stuff, and I read like the special abilities, which were dope, but I didn't read like
I'm trying to think. Output. I should have woven the flavor in more. Now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that you're like a blood hunter, like that's freaking sweet, but that was not really woven in at all. Like narrative wise, like when you did actually, this is another thing I saw someone complimenting how Matt Mercer DMs, just like fangirling over it, but they were basically doing an analysis, and they were like, he really delves into every action and moment. It all gets its description. I think I should have done that more for your blood stuff, because it fits the theme so well. Like when you used whatever that immobilizing thing is. I did a bit of the immobilizing. But I think I need more. Like I had the guy's reaction to being immobilized. This was the first vampire who you freaking trashed when he started begging for his life. I think there probably should have been a description of like, you raise your arm and you feel the whatever viscera in your arm like pull to your fingertips as the magical force like exits your body, and like you can see it the moment it pierces his wood. Like, yeah, just having more narrative description of like your actions play by play. That's like a random one-off, but I think I should probably do that more. So maybe I think that's a way to make you feel cooler. Even later when you're getting shit on, you might still feel cool.
I would not. I'd feel hopeless again. I like to, when I can think of it, it's hard to think about that stuff in the moment. And then just deciding what to highlight and what not to, because you can't highlight everything. And also, it gets repetitive and redundant if you keep highlighting the same thing every time.
I think if you say it differently, though.
That first moment. What?
If you say it a different way, don't say the exact same thing, but be like,
yeah, but like
the enemy
also
expects, like they see you raise your hand and they've seen this move before, they start to move out of the way, but you still manage to pierce them with it and you see their body like the others freeze.
I feel like there's only so many ways you could describe like freezing somebody with their blood and like as they convulse or whatever. Like there's not that much. And also time-wise, it's unnecessary after the first time. If you get like, you can find like a shorthand, and at least for me, I think.
Well, yeah. I think once you've described something once or twice, you're probably good to just.
Yes. So that answers.
All right, what's your beef? Yeah, there you go. There's your freaking vampire house. That was the plot. Was you were gonna go save him, and the vampire house was trying to kill you, and you fought some vampires, and then you destroy the heart, and everything's great, and you save Jakey at the end.
Yeah. Oh, I loved what it turned into.
That's the beauty of D&D.
Like at the middle of it, it turned into. But then it sucked at the end when I couldn't. Those little turds didn't. Oh, but then they came back like at the very, very end. But yeah, sneaking in, because at the point of the butler, I don't know if that was the point, but I felt boned. Like I could do nothing. Like the butler creamed me and would have destroyed me probably. Like in no world will I win against this thing. So I went into that castle with the exact same mentality as when you. What was that one time that you emotionally destroyed
the building, the impenetrable building?
It literally felt exactly the same in terms of infiltrating a place. You're screwed. You're gonna lose. It is that same.
You gotta stop being so downtrodden.
No. Let's repeat what you said earlier about how you specifically made a character to make me feel destroyed. You can't do that and then say, "Oh, there's someone even more powerful than that person who destroyed you." Here, go beat them.
That's the perfect. Really? That's a classic anime setup. And then you manage to overcome the.
In a real campaign, which I get this isn't. It'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Why would I? Like, I know I'm gonna die if I do that. I'm gonna go get more powerful and come back to this later. But me, it's like, oh, one shot. James wants me to go here. I'm gonna die here, but I'll go forward. I'll do it for the fans.
He stole your friend. What do you mean? You're just gonna freaking let him go? Why are your characters such assholes?
You can't go. But you can't. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but you can't go in there with me having the expectation that like, oh, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like I can't. You as a DM feel I cannot have that expectation. Be like,
I think it's fine if you come in. I think it's good that you came in and it was like one of those Zelda missions where like you get, or like in the Sheikah in Breath of the Wild, like you get spotted and you basically instantly lose. Like it's really so dangerous that you're not.
That is not fun for me. It's so stressful and hard.
But that's good. You're supposed to be stressed. And then you're less stressed when you're convincing them about your pyramid scheme. I think there was a really good tension.
Even if you roll Dark Souls 3 times, I'm gonna make it the lightest, happiest thing in the world. Don't you know that? I'm tired of stressful.
No, I know. I keep wanting like I just want like you go to the cafe. You're a farmer.
I felt. What was our last couple? Not the one with the frog.
Museum.
Gave me existential dread. What?
Museum.
That
one. Are you asking mine to you? It was Purgatory, then Frog, then.
No, I was just thinking. I was just either. No, I'm just thinking like how we had a lighthearted one. I feel like the museum one was mostly lighthearted. At least I tried to make it, and you're like, no, this is great.
I don't know. It was pretty lighthearted.
I tried having my levity, my moments of levity. You're like, no, Sergio, you damn fool. Get your comedic moments out of here. Yeah, yes.
You think your comedy belongs in my D&D?
You do not understand humor. Yeah. No, it wasn't like that at all. But What was the point? Oh yes, I want fun. I want happy. I know no more doom and gloom for me. Even if we roll Dark Souls and Bloodborne, and then Dark Souls again.
I'd love like
Again, I basically just mostly consume Adventuring Academy and Dimension 20 content. So listen, what? Your mind just blew up.
new word theme is like you
Type it
are
in the
the
thing before you forget.
you're the generic enemy, like you're the like level 1 zombie or slime or whoever who the hero just like comes and kills. Like you're just like that random ass mob. But then
Sounds
you have,
interesting.
because it's obviously you don't play it like that. You're not just like I stand here and wait for, it's like you have a life, you do all your stuff, but it's like everyone's like, oh, the hero, whatever, yeah, like watch out, that person is gonna, maybe you don't even know what, you definitely know because you know the prompt, but
I was picturing this. I think I'm interpreting it wrong, even from what you just described it as. I was picturing just like, oh, the normal grunt for like Sauron, the orc, and he goes home to his loving wife and kids and hangs out and eats dinner with them.
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Entire, one shot. Okay.
Yeah, except instead of wife, it's
That
just like
sounds-
you're like talking to the other zombie standing there at the gates of the dungeon waiting for the person to come by. You're like,
yeah, hey Clint, I bet that hero's coming in any second now. Yeah.
and then the hero shows up and kills you, and then you're undead, so you just get back up.
Clint, no. Clint.
Oh, you did a great
cool.
job. That really sold it. Nice job. Oh, that'd be really meta.
What? Wait, I don't get that.
You say like, Clint, no, and the hero goes by, and then you just both get back up, like you're actors. You're like,
Oh. Did we? I think we added Truman Show.
yeah, that's a little bit like
if
you're.
we get Truman Show
and that one, then you're an
that one,
actor
and
in the
then-
Truman Show.
Oh my god, that would be. You have to like put a ton of deception checks to make sure. Your goal is to make sure that the hero thinks that they're still in the simulation.
That's so interesting. Yeah, it's like one of those. You're like an evil alien race making a simulation to keep this human trapped in your whatever, to keep Rick trapped in your virtual world. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm here for it. That sounds cool.
We haven't had a
What?
character like Overlord, right? Do you know the anime?
What do you mean? No.
It's an isekai, so the person gets transported to a fantasy world, but they get reincarnated as like a fantasy demon lord, like Overlord, like basically main villain from a thing. And so like they're like have hordes of evil people who all like look up to them and look for commands and blah blah blah. And sorry if I
And
got
is
it
it like
wrong.
they have their old consciousness in them? So like,
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to.
No, exactly.
Oh,
Well, I don't know how. I haven't seen the show, but that's my understanding of it. Or like
we're
I've seen
adding it to the list. That's so good. What's it called?
Overlord. But
Overlord?
yeah, I think that'd be like a fascinating character, because I was gonna say neither of us have been just like it's like a super evil lord, or like I don't know, any type of like
But even that's not. Or like,
yeah, no,
I don't
that's
think
actually
either
that's
of us would
different. But
play
I
him
mean, even
as-
just being like a, if one of
Oh,
us
I
was
want
like,
to be full blown.
but if you like, yeah, if you like played a Sauron or something, like if you were just straight up like a really strong
Bad to
evil.
be bad. Yeah.
Oh, like the campaign, the Dimension 20 campaign, where they're all like over the top.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Bloodkeep.
Yeah, I know. It's the only one that James likes, and the only, or not the. You
Hey,
just
I
haven't
like
given it a
the-
chance. And
I think
it's
I
the only
like
one
them
that
all.
I do not like.
Yeah,
I hate you for not watching them. So good.
I know the endings.
Also, I just want to put it out there, James. Do you know what's my favorite play?
Man from Earth.
Yes, I've added it to the list.
Oh, I'm glad I got that right.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You're good.
That would be interesting. I'm for sure gonna take these prompts when I get them, and you're not gonna be the Man from Earth.
I hate you. Why do you hate
Like
me?
you're
Why do
gonna
you not
you're gonna be
let
like
me
at the
enjoy
bar, and your buddy Bill comes up, and
Stop
he's
trying
like,
to get your English major liberal arts degree out of here. Stop trying to subvert expectations and just give me what I want. How about that?
"You don't know what you want.
I want something fun.
What you
and
want is a
easily
thematic
palatable.
masterpiece."
I do not
You
want that.
you want your
No.
small consciousness to be expanded by
I
my.
don't need that. It can't handle that. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you just want to be like, I'm the cool
I
guy.
want to be showered with praise.
Yeah,
And be
exactly.
told I'm good and powerful. That's all
It's like,
I
oh,
want.
you're so
All any
good.
D&D player wants.
You kill the
Yes.
dragon, you get the gold.
Yes, exactly. Reward me for doing nothing and not struggling. Okay, how
That's
about
such an interesting wave. That'd be a fun campaign to do. Is you're like, I'm like the large red dragon with its gaping toothy maw in front of you. You can feel the heat of its breath. Like, what do you do? Like, oh, I attack. I'm like, you kill the dragon. It's dead. You've succeeded, and its hordes of gold are laid out in front of you.
That sounds like AI Dungeon. That's exactly what AI Dungeon. You throw your sword. You're like, I hit the dragon. It's like, you hit the dragon. He's like, thank you, friend. Let's fly off together. That's what AI Dungeon spits back at you. Except it also throws in like 30 spelling errors and 5.
And then you're like, okay, I can roll with this. I fly off on the dragon, and it's like, your father asks from behind you, son, whatever. Did you get the milk?
In the one that I did by myself, it was like it was Sea of Thieves themes.
Yeah.
I think you watched some of it,
Mhm.
and it was like, well, it was like, all right, it was like, you need to like go to this island. I was like, all right, well, I get on my boat and I sail. He's like, you walk down the road and you see a couple of trees. It's like, I don't know, that's not what I said.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I'll probably invest, especially if we add it to our weekly roster. I'll invest in Dragon again and see if it's any better. It's like $5 or something.
What's Dragon? Is that a different version of AI?
It's the better model.
Didn't you already subscribe to the better one? It was pretty much the same. Okay,
it's
maybe
not significantly noticeably different.
maybe they've improved it in the past year, probably since we last.
We should just do a dramatic reading of our sci-fi one. I really like that one.
The one was like Star Wars.
Yeah.
That was whatever we did before.
Where we edited the hell out of it?
No.
Where we're both players.
Yes. Yeah. Those. Oh my god, I love the one where it was like
Magic
weird
one?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes. And I. One sec. And yeah, it was like this weird tale of love and hate and the wife cheating, and you're trying to find love. I'm not doing a good description. You got a better description than that? I killed some lady's husband, right?
Yeah, wait, we're trying to find the magical school. What?
Oh yeah, we were
trying to find we're trying to find the magic Illuminati, and some dude was gonna guide us, and we're like, F you, dude, and we were like gonna torture him or kill him, and he's begging for his life. And then we ended up.
And he's like, "Will you marry me?" You just started dating something.
And then we ended up at the place, and then there was like, you had a.
His name was Mason. I don't know why. That just came back to me randomly. What's wrong with my brain? Why do you remember that? What the hell? But all my biochem shit is gone. Sorry, continue. What were you saying?
We can do dramatic reading of that one too. Yeah, and then we ended up there, and for some reason you had a husband, and your character was female, my character was male, I think. And then maybe swap. And then for some reason, our characters had some kind of romance. I don't remember how that was implied by AI Dungeon or something somehow.
Yeah, it was for sure.
It was definitely like it was weird that your character had a partner. So then we like spun that into like a affair love triangle, or sorry, not an affair, like a confessed and rejected love.
Yes, I was rejected.
Yeah.
And then I like fought the husband.
Yeah. And then they died. You killed them, I think.
Yes, and then it was just like weird, my own brain, like cops showed up at the end. Is that true or not?
I think you got killed in the end by someone, like magic cops.
Was it you? Yeah, probably.
Or by me. By someone, I don't remember.
It was a wild ride.
The AI Dungeon gives you some wild rides, yeah.
Super good or super bad? For sure, more enjoyable when we did it together.
Yeah.
I think.
I can see that.
Yeah, get ready for the addition of the third stream. AI Dungeon. Dramatic table readings.
I'm trying to see. Did you have any other questions? Is there anything else I wanted to say about the campaign? Yeah, the butler was supposed to be hard. I don't know. His main point was just to take Jakey, but I want to give you an interesting encounter.
Yeah, you did. He sounds cool. I for sure was just picturing a male version of that. Like, I think you said this, of the tall Resi 7 lady, vampire.
She's
lady.
very skinny.
No, the opposite.
Demescu, Lady Demescucius. Yeah, but like, not girthy. This guy was just like a tank.
No,
she's Lady
loved too much on the internet for how much.
For how much tonk? What I don't.
Yes. Thank you.
Interesting. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he's just supposed to be like built like a tank, wearing like his suit, and his little top hat. Just like kind of big zombie demon looking guy. A vampire.
Is it a zombie or vampire? Oh, okay.
He's a vampire,
Like
black skin and red eyes. So like a little like demon-y for a vampire. A little undead looking.
I know what I wanted to bring up, unless you had something else about the campaign.
No, it's pretty, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can. Sincervius, that whole setup of like, yeah, I don't know.
Variant felt good.
No, I think just the popping the. It can be good and it can be bad. Maybe that's the issue, but that would be a great in a normal campaign. Getting your ass kicked by the villain early on is like great motivator, I think, because you just want to
try doing Insomnium, except you fuckers, y'all.
I did not take damage a single time in that whole campaign.
I rolled so poorly, so consistently.
I mean, I also had like 19 AC as level 1 or whatever, level 2, but paladin things. But yeah. What the heck was I even saying? You
were saying the important.
Yeah. I feel like getting your ass kicked early can be great because you like get your shit beaten in, and then you're like, I want to come back from this. I want to take revenge, especially because they just kidnapped my best friend. One of my 2 best friends. So I thought that would be
also
good.
I like these 2 NPCs a lot as coworkers.
I hate all your characters. I hate your PCs.
What? My last one, I thought she was good.
Who's your last one?
Lady Tabaxi.
Your PCs.
NPCs.
I said I hate your PCs. You said you view
Oh.
them as coworkers.
No, I liked my coworkers in this one. My
Coworkers. Was that just word choice?
That was word choice.
Okay, they're supposed to be your
What are they
friends.
called?
I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying my character only views them as coworkers.
No,
And I was like, I hate
liked
all
them.
of your PCs.
Rude. No, I was saying I like them.
Okay, no, I was just saying if you're. Yeah, okay. I thought you were so against having.
I gave you a compliment and you
friends.
immediately roasted me. That's fine. That's fine, guys. That's fine.
Sorry, what the heck were we talking about? Oh. Yeah, I'm glad you liked your. I tried to make them useful ever since you.
It has nothing to do with how useful they are. I want to say we have 2 very different things of what I value in a PC versus you do.
Wait, really? I thought all you care about was how useful they are.
No, I'm not an asshole.
No, wait, you roast.
Sorry.
Whenever they aren't good, you roast them. But you're always
No,
like,
no,
oh,
it's personality. It's personality that is what drives my like and dislike. It is not their usefulness. I can promise you that much.
Who has a good personality then? Who has had a good personality?
Those 2, they're both like sweet and like kind and just chill and not like aggressively. I don't like your soft characters that are like too. I like them as good NPCs. I don't like them as like a friend. as like me, my character wanting to be around them. Like Killingfield, good NPC. I don't like him. And I can't imagine it. No, don't even. That's my stance. Also, not a fan of combat in general. And
You want less combat?
Partly, what?
Do you want less combat?
I prefer, like, this is what I wanted to bring up to add to. I loved what this one shot turned into midway of like sneaking in, and not just sneaking in, that's fine, like no issue with that, but like a recruitment of a posse of people to wage war. It
was a recruitment of an army.
Yeah, that was wild. Also, I really appreciate you like letting it happen until you didn't, but I rolled poorly, so what you gonna do?
Till I didn't.
When they're like arguing about to like murder me, I was like, ooh, like,
that was not my. That was a series of rolls that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved that felt good.
I'm glad.
Why were those chefs so powerful? That was scary too. Why you gotta crush me? You're saying I make combat uneven. No,
the chefs so powerful, were they?
I felt also like I was gonna.
No, you were chopping them up.
There are also like 6 of them.
They didn't hit you a single time.
I don't remember.
You never took damage from them, I think. Oh, maybe one of them hurt you with. No, I really don't think they hurt you at all.
We'll rewatch it, or if anyone was there.
And again, I mean, your character's level 15. You're really supposed to be able to whoop these people.
Yeah, well, I didn't read all of this. What he can do.
I think that was just a miss. Yeah, just like this. Your competency on your character stat-wise just wasn't.
Watch yourself. What you try.
That was a miss this time. Well, I was gonna say it's because like it's just how well you were synergizing with your character, how well you were meshing. Because me on the shadow monk, whatever, I'm not saying I usually am, but on that monk, I like those abilities just felt very natural, and I was like nailing it with them. But this was just less of a mesh.
It's good. It was also convenient. Like the situation you were put in was convenient for that.
Yeah, I didn't know what your abilities were.
Shadow monk was so nice. My guy is useful for I don't know. so I don't know what.
Yeah.
Blood, whatever they're called. Man, their like bonuses though to rolls is
that's super cool.
Yeah. But whatever. Oh yeah. So at what point were you like, oh, Sergio's throwing me for a loop here? He is not wanting to engage in one-on-one combat because you scared the bejesus out of him. And at what point were you like, I'm gonna let this happen and make Sergio's dreams come true? Until the dice disagreed with my dreams.
Oh, there was never even a moment. I didn't feel like you were throwing a wrench in my plans at all. I was like, this is great. Go for diplomacy. That's always an option.
Diplomacy? That's not.
Kind of. You weren't actively trying to scam them. It's not like you came up with the idea as a scam. You weren't like, I'm gonna get these idiots, trick them into. You were just like, hey, look, overthrow your dude. You don't like him, which I feel.
No, for sure, it was like a you idiot thing. It was not a. This was not for their benefit.
Oh, you were trying to trick them into joining. But no, after a while.
Absolutely. Those idiots are gonna like kill themselves.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
No, that's why even at the end when they were like getting agitated, I thought once we ended that scene, I disappeared. I thought they were gonna like slaughter each other. And it was gonna be a bloodbath.
No, Starlight made some really good rolls at the end. It was definitely possible that they would have just started murdering each other.
Sartright. I also like Sartright a lot. They're all the NPCs are great.
I like how Sartright turned from like somehow he became like a friend party member, even though he started as like an enemy. Yeah,
it was so yeah, how was that for you? Like, how did you have to adjust in your head as I was like, I need to go recruit some people? Tell me about that, James.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely expected you to. When did Sartright was not in my initial plans. In my initial plans, you just go to the manor and come through the front door, and it's dangerous, and you fight your way through and then get to the boss. But
I'm glad. I don't like combat, so I'm glad that didn't happen.
It felt much better to make the world. I didn't want to make you such a powerhouse. I wanted to make it like a thriller. It was more of a thriller because there was so much risk all the time. So at a certain point, I figured that out. Probably in the alleyway with Sartright. I had the plan that he would be followed by someone from the manor. And then I think like there I was like, yeah, I'll probably have them sneak in. And I think I was probably like, yeah, and Sartright can be their guide. Yeah, I think that's how that happened. What the heck was your question? Oh, when you started recruiting people? Yeah, I really thought you would just sneak in with him, go through the house and maybe fight a couple vampires you run into, and then I was going to have him, because you felt so hopeless and you made it so so known, I was going to have you find, like in the bowels of the house or something, some kind of artifact, some like Horcrux for Sinservius, some like, you know, the dagger that was used to turn him into a vampire, and it can like kill him in a, that like the idea of like a magical artifact that can save you when the boss is way too hard, which is like a classic D&D, like, you know, the boss is a god of immeasurable power, so instead of going and fighting them, you go find some artifact whatever to defeat them. So it was going to be more like that. I was going to somehow set you up with some kind of magical dagger or something to kill him that was like from his house, like you find it in the house and then you go find him and kill him. And it was, so the fight would be hard, like still hard probably, but way more doable because you had this thing that should like get him. Maybe even like just landing a single hit. Once you land one hit you kill him, but he's really hard to hit or something like that.
Dang it, I was just, okay, I got distracted. Sorry, actually, you finish your thought. Let me write it down before I forget.
No, I mean, that's just my last response to what you're saying. For sure, that's always something you can do as well as a player, which I think I would always enthuse or encourage players to do as a DM. For sure, like if you have an idea like, this enemy's too hard, how can I find other ways to beat them? Maybe magic artifact. Be like, hey, any idea? Are there types of things I can use to defeat vampires? Might he have some kind of weakness or something I could exploit? But and then roll an investigation or whatever. But yeah, go ahead.
So the thing that I was gonna mention earlier about like if I get a super like scary like Dark Souls or something like that theme and making it fun, from Dimension 20, Brandon Lee Mulligan mentioned if he ever wants like a comedy character in like a super dark grim setting. I forgot what kind of what system it is, what game system it is, but it is like based on fear, and that's like how you do worse. Like it's bad for you, like there's like a fear stat, and like you roll stuff based on being in the
Darkest
and
dungeon
environments, stuff like that.
Sounds
no,
like...
it's like a tabletop.
Okay,
it does sound like that, similar. And he like had a character like that's like super beefy in terms of being afraid, and it's not because he's brave, it's because he's so dumb.
Wait, I saw this clip on YouTube, I think.
Did you? I'll just quote it exactly. It was just like, oh, it's like a gigantic like tentacle monster's coming forward. It's like, oh, that's a cute puppy there, as it like walks forward to go and hit it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what if like the NPC has like insane like 25 AC, but it has like 1 HP. I don't know why I was thinking that, but that just sounds fun.
Sounds horrible.
That sounds so good.
The enemy or wait, the player?
The NPC.
Sorry, I thought you were saying the PC.
Like
I was like, that sounds awful. No, that sounds great. Yeah, an ally or an enemy. Well, because I think that'd be cool stuff for Sinservius if he like makes a bunch
annoying for an enemy.
He like makes a bunch of holograms of himself and does his whole like.
But it sounds super annoying to fight against.
Maybe glass cannons are classic.
Especially when, again, one shot when you have a short amount of time, and that sounds time consuming to keep missing over and over and over again.
That's part of the fun.
I disagree.
Part of the uniqueness, part of the problem solving. And then if you're a smart player, roasted,
rude, yeah.
You can come up with some kind of clever solution to like make a big smoke cloud or do some ink thing. Like, I don't know, something clever to find out who the real one is, and cheat the system. That's what D&D is all about. It's about cheating the system. Although it's hard in a one-shot where you don't know your character's abilities that well, for sure. Because you can't be like, aha, I can use thunderclap, I can use create water and then thunderclap and make a giant shock across the floor and hit them all at once or whatever else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I think we should probably roll the characters right at 6:30, 5:30 for you, and just passively look over them for the next 30 minutes.
Agreed. Also, not have blood bender or whatever. Yo, let's get the avatar. TTRPG.
I was just talking to someone who is a member of the D&D club here, and he ran an avatar campaign. I think. Yeah, he ran a little avatar campaign.
Do we not have avatar? I'm adding avatar to our list.
Avatar is good. I
Both
see. I
blue
love
people and
I love homebrew stuff, but also it's kind of hard to. I mean, maybe it's fine to. It's like a little hard to improv because you don't have time to come up with the mechanics at all. So like, you could really come up with super cool earthbender, firebender, whatever mechanics if you had time. But trying to improv that, you might end up with just like a boring generic system where it's like roll to hit. Oh, you hit, you shoot some fire out of your hand and it burns them, instead of like some type of more complex system.
I'd probably just flavor, like, no complex system, just flavor all your spells as bending abilities to the best of your ability.
Oh, interesting.
Like, yeah, messenger, you shoot shards of rock into them and the vibrations of the rock communicate.
What the...
No, not like that.
Interesting. That's kind of cool though. Yeah, I guess that's probably fine.
That's your I don't like that fine, but okay.
It is my I don't like that fine. Like, I'll tolerate this, I guess, if I have to. Pulling up the stream on my phone to make sure we're, do our audio check in the last 5 minutes.
If you don't have a better idea, that's fine. I'll oh yeah, last good. Gotta make sure.
Gotta sure for our outro. Oh yeah, where is the outro? Let me revise. I wanna get to the last, because I think we'll be wrapping up in 5 minutes here. I want to get to the last you feeling helpless. I think there was something you wanted to say last time about weakness or helplessness.
I just wrote that today. I already vented my frustration and my feelings about that.
Okay, so was it okay once you got fricked by the butler, but then
I think it's also like a back-to-back campaign thing where I feel helpless. That's also maybe the thing. That
and I feel like I was giving you an insanely helpless mission this time.
You said I was supposed to feel.
You had to feel tense, not helpless. You had to feel like, I better not get caught.
I was losing against the butler, but hey.
He's the head. He's literally the strongest person, the second strongest person in the entire house.
I was supposed to fight the strongest, and also it's like head of a household. Butler is all the way down here.
No, because in old British times, the head butler manages everyone else. Literally, there's no one.
Strong warriors of the place. What?
There's no one higher in command than the head butler besides the actual family.
Every time we do Victorian London, I'm so screwed.
I know, you just don't know these references. That's the issue. But it's very Downton Abbey. Like the head butler is like.
This was exactly what's on Downton Abbey.
No, it is kind of like. That was sort of the intention. Is like you have the ruler family, whatever, like Servius, who's like the lord, but then like the actual fighters and workers and whatever vampires are they have their whole hierarchy up to the head butler at the top.
Wow. Sorry, I'll watch some British.
It was kind of going to be like those are the two strongest. The butler's super beefy and strong, and then Servius is magic-y and elusive, but not insanely.
Just like real life, so I should have guessed that too. I should have. It's like Victorian times.
Yeah, the Lord is kind of spindly, but has their knowledge, economics powers. Clearly, he didn't understand.
That's the economic powers.
Could have. Anyway, what'd you think of the ending?
Oh, always rushed, but still good. It was a landing. A good landing in terms of reveal, blowing up. I liked that. I was scared that you were gonna be make it not doable in fast enough of fashion, because I know we were running out of time.
Yeah.
But it was perfect. Just drawing that boomy thing, the heart. Again, I did not fully understand what it was, and all that was oh, heart get hurt, he get hurt. I was like, can do. That's the simple.
That's all you need.
That's all that is the kind of obvious. Stop expecting great creative moves from me, and smart plays. I'm not capable of that. Yeah, give me big, giant, glowing blue target for me to hit, and I can do that. That's all. That's what I need.
Giant blue beating heart. You were so committed on your.
God.
What?
On what?
On your hand unplugging the heart, and I was like, you fucking. There's 20 giant veins. You can't just unplug it.
I was shooting the veins and blowing them up.
No. At the start, you were like, I used my unseen helper.
Once or twice.
It was like 4 times. I was like, you can't unplug the heart.
We're on separate terms, okay?
Anyway, yeah, what were we saying?
Jakey, rip.
Jakey, poor guy. Yeah, he was gonna live, but it wasn't right. You blew up the heart. You killed all of. Also, that was not all the vampires. That was literally just that one manor. The only vampires you killed. You didn't kill all the vampires. You just killed Servius's, the ones that he converted.
Don't tell me that again. That's an upsetting ending. Just give me the victory. Give me the win. Why you gotta
didn't
do
save
this?
the
Why
whole
you gotta
world.
subvert?
Look. You had a happy ending. Oh no, you didn't.
I killed my best friend laying in my
You
arms.
killed a whole manor full of vampires for one human. Good trade. But in the lore of that world, every single like giant manor, every like house has a beating heart, and the Lord tends to it, the keeper of the house, and then they convert new people into vampires and do that cycle, whatever. I don't know, maybe it poops out some new vampires, some baby vampires like Sartorius or Sartright sometimes. Yeah, and so there's like tons more manors like those, and then if you destroy the heart, all the vampires die. I don't know, you know, maybe there's one giant heart that's like 20 meters, or sorry, like 20 kilometers wide underneath the whole city that charges all the vampires.
My character doesn't need to know that. So was there a way to heal Jakey, or is he was doomed?
No. I think maybe
I shouldn't have stabbed him, and then he would have been fine.
Maybe by the end it was like you were screwed at like the very end. But there was.
You tried biting me. Ain't no way you're going back.
By the end it was like, I'm gonna make this guy murder his friend to give a good satisfying ending. Or get murdered by his friend.
That's the joy that Sergio seeks. His friend. I'll not give him anything else, but let me make it. This is what he doesn't know what he wants. Let me have his friend try to kill him. That's what he wants.
Yeah, what he wants is the soul-crushing pain of stabbing a stake through his friend of many years' heart.
You mistake how complex I am, James.
No, that's like a proper. It fits the climacticness of the whole journey you've gone through.
It does.
Instead of like, oh yeah, you find him and he's fine. The end. I mean, I could have, if I really wanted to be super nice about it. You find him, and for some reason he's just sitting in the basement. I mean, there had to be a reason that he was here. So like maybe you stop the process right before it happens, and then the whole people crash through and they they fight off whatever. Servius, and then they take over and they're like, woo, and Sartred's like, I am the new lord of the house. And then everyone's happy, and you all dance and hang out in the manor. Sure, that can be your headcanon ending. For anyone out there who wants a good ending for Garrett Appleblossom.
His name, God, that was the best part.
Sartred, I'm Sartred.
His dope flipping name. That's all I care about.
Anyway. Any last thoughts?
Any last words, Sergio, before I become a vampire and you're forced to stab me?
Yes.
I felt good stabbing him. I'll say that much.
You shocked me. I had no idea you were gonna do that.
Really? That felt like the obvious. What else would you do?
Just hold him in your arms, let him kill you. I don't know.
As he tries to bite me?
He was dying. He was like,
let him bite me.
He was not a threat.
I thought he was. See, after all that harrowing stuff that you put me through.
Wait, yeah, what the hell? What do you mean he's a threat? He was just like
that. I see your cinematic ending of horror, and I meet it with my own level of horror. So I met you there, a friend. I think.
Anyway, stuff. Yeah, I think it was a fine overall.
Fine overall. And hey, that's really all we can.
That's all you can really ask for in an improv randomized campaign. I think we'll definitely figure out over time how to get more and more personality and specificity into our characters that are so new and fresh.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, this is my not subtle way of saying, let's go.
Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Sergio. Peace out.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. New followers.
Oh, I thought you already hung up. I thought
you stream every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Is this the script you use? What the heck?
I haven't edited it, and just in my head, I change everything. 'Cause
Thanks
I'm
for watching,
literally too lazy to
everybody.
edit.
We stream every Tuesday at 6 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST. Come and watch us. This time, this little goofball over here is going to be streaming.
I am that goofball.
This goofball, I'll be the. Sorry, we'll both be streaming. This goofball
true.
will be DMing. I'll be PC, and I'll be freaking great.
True.
Special guest. Jeremy Shada, voice actor Finn from Adventure Time, sponsored by Cartoon Network.
That's true. You can legally say that.
That's true, he'll be there.
Thank you all for coming. Best of luck on the project. All right, peace out, everybody.
Wait, have a great life. Have a good afternoon, and I don't remember your saying.
And have a great day and a wonderful life, guys. That sounds like a threat. I don't know why, but it does.
You better.
All right, goodbye. Yeah, you better.